Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to just do my makeup using things that I'm really enjoying. I also wanted to play around with some techniques again and just play with makeup. It's been a while since I've just sat and played with things and not tried anything super new. I just wanted to use kind of the things that I've been reaching for a lot on camera all together. And again, just kind of use this time to dial in my techniques a little bit more, okay? I've got a couple of things that I haven't been able to use on YouTube yet that I've been loving off camera. I traveled last week and took these things with me. I did my makeup over on Instagram stories last week, and that's where I kind of discovered some of these new things. So I'm gonna keep using what I've been using. This is the Smashbox Pore Vanishing Photo Finish Primer. I received this in PR, and it's been a long time since I've wanted to use or have used a pore filling type primer. This is a pretty thin texture, but it's really beautiful and I have been using it like crazy. It's not quite as heavy duty as the original one. So if you like super blurring, you might want to stick to the original one. This has almost more of a serum-y base, but I actually really like it because I've been kind of using it all over the face, not just where I have larger pores. I focus it in the T-zone and then I kind of just take the rest and spread it all over the skin for a little more of a soft focus finish to my makeup. And I have noticed a huge difference. I've been using this with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation quite a bit, and the combo is really fabulous. You guys know I've been kind of playing around with whether or not this is working for me, and I feel like it does work. It's just about how you kind of prep the skin. So this with this primer has been a nice little duo for me. But I'm not going to use that foundation today because I have something I want to try out again. Let's do a little bit of underpainting. I want to use my M.PH underpainting palette. Let me try to find the brush this comes with. You know, I normally love using the M.PH brush that was designed to go with this palette, and I don't know where it ran off to. So I found this Say one, which is going to be pretty similar. I'm going to use this first color correcting shade. I wanted to revisit this because I was suggested a video on YouTube the other day of Mary Phillips at, I think it was Sephora, and she actually did Desi Perkins makeup, and she used the underpainting palette and her Lee Skin foundation, and it looked so beautiful I wanted to revisit it. So we're gonna start off with this color correcting shade. I honestly can't wait for a potential shade extension. This works for me, but I feel like I don't reach for it as much as I want to because it's not quite light enough for what I personally prefer. So we color corrected. Now I'm going to do a little bit of the second shade here just to kind of lighten things up and conceal. And then of course I'm going to take a little bit of the contour shade and I'm going to start kind of warming things up. But there's also another contour product I want to throw into this underpainting mix, and it's this number right here. This is another Smashbox thing that I was recently sent that I decided to try. I actually had my eye on this for a while, and it's so good. I've been using it a lot. It's their Precision Contour Stick, but this is the shade Fair. You guys know it's so hard to find good contour and bronzer shades for fair skin, and this one is just so good. I'll just use it so you can see. I feel like it's easier to just show you than to tell you. But especially for down the nose, it's absolutely perfect. Or around the lips. Let's see, we could also kind of do this, bring it up through here and kind of lift the face there. Let's see, okay, and then we'll just use that same brush to blend everything out. Yeah, I've just been really loving this. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more of the M.PH palette. And I'm going to make this a little bit more intense than what I typically do because we're going to put the foundation on top. So, okay, I'm taking both of the concealer shades and creating structure underneath the cheekbones a little bit. All right, now I'm going to take the Lee Skin foundation from M.PH. This is the shade Fair 30N. And I just did 1.5 pumps. And we're going to take that on the foundation brush from M.PH. Kind of swirl this into the back of the hand and kind of try to get it into the brush a little bit better. Okay, now we're just kind of applying this all over top of where we just applied the contour, concealer, corrector, highlighter, all the things. Okay, now I'm gonna use a sponge to just press that into the skin. That foundation really is so pretty. I haven't used this in a while because I thought that it was breaking me out, but then I kept having like skin things. So I guess we'll find out. We'll find out if it was ever even this or if it was just my skin in general. It has such a nice finish though. Like this is such a beautiful foundation. Okay, I'm gonna go into like the bronzer shade, which is quite a bit warmer. I'm gonna mix that in with the contour shade a bit. And this is where I want to add a little bit of warmth. Okay, just for my personal preference and for my skin tone, I want like a little hint of something brighter right here. So I'm just gonna brighten up the under eye area a bit using that concealer. That was my Tarte concealer, by the way. All right, now I'm gonna use a product that I also discovered while I was doing a little Instagram tutorial. This was a couple of weeks ago now. This is the Clinique Chubby Stick Cheek Balm in the shade Poppin Pink. It looks a little bit wild on the back of my hand, but on the face, it is so pretty. So I'm just gonna take this and tap it onto like the apples of the cheeks, just for a little like fresh hint of pink. And I'm applying that with my BK Beauty 113 brush. Okay, now I'm gonna go into my YSL powder that I have been loving. This is the All Hours Hyper Blur powder, and I have truly been obsessed. I'm gonna take this underneath the eyes first with my Nikki LaRose N14. I'm also gonna go ahead and feather that through the brows just so that my brow pencil has something to adhere to. And I haven't tried it with a puff yet. I wanted to today. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that on. This is just like a generic puff from Amazon. And we're gonna press that over top of the places I get the most shine. So right through here. It's seriously such a pretty powder. I feel like I like this texture though with just a brush. So I'm gonna take my blush brush from Ravie Beauty and dust that all over just because I want to. I'm gonna go into this bronzer. I've been really liking this bronzer quite a bit. I mean, I know I already have like 14 different bronzer and contour products on, but this is new to me. It's the Prisme Libre bronzer from Givenchy. I got this during the Sephora sale and I've been really liking it quite a bit. Now, what do we do with like the eyes? Let's see. I'm gonna first fill in my brows with my Ravie Beauty brow pencil, and then let's decide what we want to do on the eyes. All right, for eyes, I think I'm going to start off with one of my favorite liquid eyeshadows ever. This is from Armani and it's in the shade 16M. I love it on me because it's just like my skin tone, but just like a hint more taupe. So you just like can't even mess it up if you tried. I'm gonna blend it out with an eyeshadow brush. This is the N13 from Nikki LaRose. I feel like it also makes a really good eyeshadow base. I'm gonna pinch the brush and add what's left on the lower lash line. I've got this DIOR Backstage palette sitting here, and I feel like I want to put on a little bit of this gold shade, just kind of on top of that liquid shadow all over the lid for like a subtle golden sheen. I don't know. Also gonna take that just lightly along the lower lash line and in the inner corner of it too. I'm gonna actually now take the bronze shade in that palette and we'll add that to the eyes too, just for a little bit of warmth and depth. This is one of the best palettes ever to exist. I'm gonna take that same brown shade and just apply that to the outer third of that lower lash line. I'm taking a little bit of the kind of white highlight shade and I'm just popping that right against the lash line in like the center of the lid just to open up the eye a little bit more. So pretty. Now I'm just taking my eyeliner in the shade Umber and I'm gonna tightline and line the waterline with this. And then I'm gonna use my Ravie Beauty mascara on the top and bottom lashes. Okay, I've been trying to decide what lip I wanna do. I don't think I want something quite that light. I'm gonna use Ravie Beauty Almond. This is one of my all-time favorite lip liner shades, especially as like a starting point. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of that Clinique Chubby Stick and I'm gonna put a hint of that pink on the lips. Now I'm mixing in a little bit of the MAC Be My Bridesmaid lipstick. And now I'm gonna take a little bit of my Heaven blush. I feel like we can bump up the blush just slightly. You know, I'm so used to mixing both Heaven and Hideaway. I just want to add a little bit of Hideaway, which is that kind of rose terracotta. I feel like I need a little bit of warmth because we've got a lot of cool tones going on. So I'm wanting to take a little bit of this and kind of throw this all over the face a little, maybe even a little into the lips. There we go. I forgot my freckle pen. And I feel like that is missing. But I normally don't do this after powder. Let me see if it's even feasible. Okay, if I use a light hand and I tap in very gently, it's a little more intense than what I usually go for because of all the powders that kind of like absorb it. I feel like this one got a little out of hand. I'm just taking my concealer brush with whatever's left on it to just kind of freshen that up a bit. All right, let's set the face. I want a little bit of a blurring effect, so I'm gonna take the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm, mattifying setting spray. Okay, I'm gonna spritz this all over. I want to try the new One Size setting spray. It's like an oil, it's like a powder. It's supposed to be like a blotting sheet in a setting spray. It looks really good. But yeah, this one's more of like it gives a little bit of a blurring effect, which I love. I'm just going to take a little bit more of that YSL powder after setting spray. Just lock in the areas that I don't want shine. And then we're going to finish off with a little bit of clear brow gel. Okay, I think I want to put on a little bit of Effortless Lips in the shade Daisy, just to like the high points of the lips right here. I just wanted like a little more of a balmy finish. Okay, I think I'm done now. All right, my friends, there is the final look. I'll tell you what, that foundation really is so pretty. Oh, it's really, really nice. I still feel like the Underpainting palette, the texture of it, maybe I like use a little too much because the shades are a little bit deeper. So in order to get like more of a coverage and like brightness, I tend to use a little bit much. And that's why I really hope one day she makes a little bit of a lighter palette so that I can use less. Does that make sense? Because I feel like I can kind of see it on the skin, around the eye area especially, but I did load up the product there quite a bit. Everywhere else I feel like looks so smooth. It's such a pretty foundation. I feel like if you want a very skin-like finish, you're gonna get it from this. I like the tones today. Very natural looking, a little bit bronzy, like a little hint of summer, but still suitable for me and my skin tone. I hope you enjoyed this. I just really wanted to sit down and just play with the makeup that I've been loving and yeah, focus on more technique things. I tried the underpainting situation again, and I think I just need to like keep practicing it so that I can incorporate it more and more into my everyday routines. But it's a really, really good process. I feel like for me, underpainting feels like more of a special occasion situation. Unless I got really fast at it, or maybe if the shades were something I could use less of, I feel like maybe then I could get it done faster. But regardless, it's a really good technique to kind of have in your back pocket for more special occasion situations when you have a little more time to get ready and do, you know, your skin. I feel like I do not underpaint when I'm in a rush, for sure. I just go straight into like foundation and honestly like a lot of my powder products to just like get things done. But I really love how this look turned out today. I hope you guys liked this look, and hope you enjoyed seeing some of the things that I've been absolutely loving in action especially. That's it for me today, my friends. I hope you have a fabulous day wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you.